Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys have watched my previous video, I did talk about being a single parent, that it's the most challenging part. Indeed it is. At first I thought it was easy like ABC. Later I came to realize it's not that easy. I have some points that I learned and I'm still learning through this journey since I'm a single parent of 2 girls. It's so much harder than I thought. Since I'm the only provider of the house, I work all day long, and when I come back home and put my kids to sleep, there is no one there to even help me fold the endless baskets of clothes, of laundry. There is no one there to help me clean the house. There is no one there to help me wash the dishes. When the kids wake up in the middle of the night, there is no one there to soothe their tears. There is no one there to just take them to the toilet or just give them Tylenol for sudden fevers, which they get most of the time. There is no one there to run to the grocery on just a thing I missed out, or if I forgot a prescription, there is no one there just to run for it. It's really hard because you're the only one there to do everything. And at some point, yes, it does get overwhelming, but yet we gotta be strong and we gotta do it, because at the end of the day, we are doing it for our kids. It's really hard, but we still gotta keep doing it. My point number 2 is that it's empowering. Now, you know, when I used to live with my ex-husband and I would see like a crawly thing on the furniture, I would yell out for him actually to come and clean it. And now since I'm by myself, and when my kids say, they yell out for me to do it. And see, I was really scared at first because I used to depend on someone to come and actually take out the crawly thing. But now I actually do it myself. And honestly, I would brag about my courage to my own mother, like with a text, like, hey, mom, I was able to pick up a crawly thing from the sofa. And that's the truth. Being forced to rely on myself for the first time since I was 20 has caused me to take on level of responsibility that ultimately made me much, much happier. Although more wrinkly, but it's worth it. This one thing is basically what we all face it as single parents: being lonely. One thing I didn't expect was the intense isolation that comes with being a single mom. When you're married, you're often so used to your partner's presence that you can crave having the house to yourself. An evening alone seems like a bliss from a distance. But quickly I discovered that all was a huge adjustment. After I put my kids down to bed, I was forced to face the long, empty hours before bed that seems impossible without a companion. Amazingly, for the first time ever, I actually have noticed that I'm learning how to be alone, and I am also loving it. At odd times, I do feel that I want to go out. It's really tough to get a night away. When I was still married and after my husband got home, I would often go to the grocery solo. I take my time and stroll down the aisles like I was a celebrity and they have closed the store just for me. Now that I live alone, I have lost the free child minding a marriage partner offers. And I spend more of my evenings yelling and trying to see what new shows TLC has offered us. Time off isn't really a time off though. Most Friday I'll be off from work and I take my kids to daycare for 8 hours, meaning I have half a day off to myself. Initially, I had all the feelings about this arrangement, what I would want to do on my free time. But it turns out that the half day off is usually just me catching up with the things I didn't get a chance to catch up during the whole week. A list that is now much longer than it used to be. You compromise more. There is one fewer parent to go around now, and my kids feel it. They act out more than they used to be, and it seems that they realize the fact that they outnumber me. I'm also unable now to give them each as much of that all-important individual time they enjoy before me and my husband split. The guilt of this can weigh more heavy. But I'm learning to recognize that while I'm not giving my girls everything, I really am doing the best I can, and that has to be good enough. You compromise less. Marriage is all about compromise, whether it's agreeing on paint colors or household chores or how to spend your money. Since I've moved out on my own, I've discovered there is absolute liberation in not having to consider anyone else's opinion. My bedroom is the way I want it to be. I have makeup arranged all over my vanity, and if I don't want to wash the dishes at the end of the night, I really don't have to. My home is entirely mine. My last point, you begin extreme venting of potential partners. With all this independence and empowerment, I have become unwillingly to give up or even share my new life with anyone. I'm being cautious. I'm wary of needing someone too much, of leaning on them instead of myself. It will probably be an easy habit to slide back into, and even now that I'm seeing someone, I have set serious limits. I am not looking for someone to take that 10% and make my life more easier. After all, it's all the tough stuff that reminds me of what I'm made of. At the end of the day, even though being a single parent is as hard, I still realize I do it for my kids, my beautiful children.